Now moving further, let's just quickly start the third panel discussion. Come on people, are you with me for the third panel discussion? Come on, are you with me on that or not? Because the topic is again very, very interesting, I must say. The growing role of data management and analytics. Oh my God. So much to debate on. Now, so for that, let me call upon on stage the moderator, Dr. Manjari Tejpal, Principal, GEMS Public School, Patiala. And I would like to hand over her the stage to introduce with our panelists. We'll be discussing various points, measuring a child's engagement and academic performance, curating personalized lesson plans, creating content that is crisp, concise, and effective. So, ma'am, we welcome you. It's over to you.
Thank you so much. A very good afternoon to each one of you. A very good afternoon, dear all. I think lunch के बाद थोड़ी नींद आती है, तो मुझे लगता है पहले ऐसे करते हैं, अपने अंदर का बच्चा थोड़ा जगाते हैं. Let's do a small activity for a minute. It will not take more than a minute. Can I request you all to please get up from your chairs? Thank you so much. And you just have to follow my instruction. That's the easiest thing to do. I'll say 1, you say ha. I'll say 2, you do ha ha, and so on. Shall we start? Are we all ready? Yes. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Thank you so much. I hope some of you might have felt like laughing and enjoyed this. And I hope you all are awake. And by 2025, it is expected to reach up to 180 zettabytes. That is the magic, and that is, that is what the future is, data. But data alone actually cannot help till it is converted to required or the usable information. That's what data analytics and management does. This is what here in this panel we are to discuss about data analytics and management in education. My first question is to Dr. 𝗙𝗶𝗸𝗲. Ma'am, data can often be noisy and overwhelming. How do we ensure that as an educator, we are picking the most relevant data points to gain valuable insights about a child's engagement and academic performance without getting lost in the sheer volume of information available? Over to you, ma'am.
A very happy noon to all of you. I hope everyone is awake here. Can you just, I request everyone to stand up for a minute, please, if you are awake. The last one, the last benches. It's happening in the classroom. All right. You know how to do silent claps? I'm getting a noise. A silent claps. All right? It means it's very intelligent pedagogical leaders present here. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a seat. Now, a very quick-witted question Dr. Tejpal has put across. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing this question. Now, if you look for the Google, which is just right now in your hand, you have a lot of data. But how to filter it so that each child in your classroom is going to have a very navigated learning? How to do? It required a very thoughtful and strategical approach. And then for this, you have to go ahead for a journey with me. Are you ready for it? How many of you are really looking forward to have this journey, that how to filter this? So it means 2 hands up. So I will tell these 2 only the secret.
Me too. Here also.
So if you're really looking forward, I'll look your hands up for it. Because it's a secret which I'm going to share. Now for this, whenever you do, you have to have a very clear defined goals, that what exactly you are going to research around. And for this, as a pedagogy leaders, we have to understand that what our teachers or educators are going to gain out of it. So it should be very, very clear. Your goals, your learning outcomes has to be very, very clear to you. Number one. Move on to the point number 2, that you have a very focused key metrics. What's that? Your key performance indicators. For example, if I'm an educator and I'm looking forward for an attendance role, it should be clear to me that I'm going to go ahead with my attendance percentage of my entire school as well. It can be my test score, how my students are performing. So your key performance, KPIs are very, very important. So make sure your KPIs indicator, it should be very strong with you. Moving on to the next, which is really very, very important, that you must do pre-processing filtration. What's that? In this, make sure the data, whatever is there with you, you have to delete the duplicacy, or if some values are not available for you, which is very key important factor. Your next move on is your data visualization. I hope everybody has gone through with what Dr. Pramod has shared with the projections on us. You remember those digits? What exactly he has done? So he has shared the visual presentation, which is easy for us to understand as a leaders, that what exactly it is going on. Now these kind of forums, can we give a huge round to the Time2Grow Federation who has presented this and bringing all these pedagogical leaders together. What we all are doing here? We are doing and sharing our insights. These insights we all are going to take away along with us and going to apply in our institutions and making it to the next level, which is very, very important. Which is very keenly important point is that you have never overburden your educators. Otherwise, what happens? We keep on sharing whatsoever is there. Make sure whatever the takeaways they can take properly. Because ultimately what this all interactions is about, to make that child happy. That's the ultimate outcome we all are looking for, right? And herein, artificial intelligence play a very important role. The future belongs to technology. And the happy news with all of you is this, that nobody can replace you. Trust me, nobody. Can we give a huge round to all the leaders present here, that technology will never replace you. But you have to develop your soft skills, your hard skills, which we already are doing. We are developing the literacy, we are developing the languages, but along with that, soft skills, we are learning a lot. But you have to add on the feather, and that's called technology. And I'm sure you will take this along and make your child a happy child, so that the child, when grow, is become very confident, because the child is going to represent your country, not only just in your own country and globally, right? So I'm sure you are going to pick up something from this. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your insights. I too feel that data analytics and management, if we really look, it can be summarized in 3 lines as per me. Where you are, where you have been, and where you would like to go. So with this, my second question is for Ms. Supreet Kaur. Access to easy, relevant and quick data can be helpful, but it is still a good tool in poor hands. How will the schools of tomorrow start training their teachers for this change?
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for asking me this. Being an online school and a virtual school, I deal with data day and night. So this coming to me is a welcome question. Let us understand what is data and how do we put it in hands of well-equipped teachers. Data is something that not school managements alone can work upon. It is the teachers at the end of the day that have to work on data. And like ma'am just now mentioned a terminology, KPI. It starts right from the top. as school administrators, if we define the KPIs very well for our teaching staff, they will follow the footsteps. Now let us understand what has to be done step by step to ensure that the data is in well-equipped hands. I will not say poor hands, because teachers can't ever be poor. They fill our life with richness every single day. But yes, well-equipped hands. The first and foremost thing, as school administrators, we need to look at what are our teachers equipped with right now. Can our trainings move beyond classroom management, rubric, engaging students, to understanding how to equip yourself with data, understanding how to process data, what all is available in terms of tools and technology in the market today that they need to learn. Being into the industry for almost like 15, 16 years now, I know the most important trainings always revolve around pedagogy, right? But today, if pedagogy is left without the tools of AI and ChatGPT and Blooms and all of that, it will become unequipped. So that's the first thing. We need to look inwards and find out where does our staff stand at this point of time. Second important thing, your professional development trainings have to now revolve around these structures. So can you, as school administrators and managements of the schools, now pick up the AI courses and put your teachers in that? While I have been working around and training schools across, I still see sometimes teachers struggling with basic Excel because they are not a computer teacher. We will have to acknowledge it. We have moved beyond Excel now, you know. It's not only about our Microsoft Excel, MS Excels or MS Words, or it's not only about, you know, Google Sheets anymore. We have Kahoot, we have ChatGPT, we have AI tools, we have metrics, we have so much in the market in terms of tool and technology. So are our administrators or managements picking up those tools and giving that amount of money out of their pockets to train their staff on the relevant things? And is the staff making an effort to learn the relevant things? That's going to be something which is going to be very, very critical in the coming time. Third, and the most important, as teachers, we have to remember, if we want our children to learn new things every day, we have to get equipped with our own professional development as well. Giving opportunities to themselves through the social media on which we spend our me time. Looking at Instagrams and Facebook has to now change to looking at more relevant information. While all of this, if comes into a school process, you know, we all make a SOP document for our school, you know, standing operating procedures document for our schools, defining all the departments and how they're going to function. In our SOPs, in our departmental documents, the professional developmental courses that are now targeted at data analytics have to become a part. Coming to the next very important thing, as ma'am also mentioned a part of it, having the analysis and using the analysis are two different things. I have an analysis, I have the graph in front of me, it looks beautiful. But what all are the metrics of that analysis? Does it tell me about the performance of my child only on an examination? Or is it telling about the projects, presentations, everyday conversations? Does it tell about differentiated learning or not? Can I pick up from there pre-diagnostic testing and post-diagnostic testing and have learning differentiators for my children? And on the basis of those learning differentiators that I get out of my data, can I have differentiated teaching in the classroom as well? So you can't work on the principle any longer of one assignment fits all. one test fits all. One single notebook work and classwork work will fit all. Our assignments, our classworks, our projects, even our first terminal examinations, second terminal examination, final examination, everything has to get differentiated now. We should be able to analyze the data and say, these are my children at level 1, level 2, level 3, and that's how I need to escalate them up. So if that can be worked through that data, looking at that graphs, that is when we will have, I will say, equipped teachers, and that's what I believe in. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. मुझे पता है आप मुझे देख रहे थे कि मैं टाइम के लिए आपको रोकने वाली हूँ. But ma'am, we don't have 2 panel members with us, so you had time to speak on. And you're right. Training of staff, training of teachers is really very important, क्योंकि वो ही trainers हैं जो आगे हमारे बच्चों को train करेंगे. इसलिए ज़रूरी है कि पहले हम अपने trainers को train करें. We make them ready to use the technology. And yes, the training, as you said, that class should go beyond classroom management. True. It should go beyond that. It should not be just the classroom management, but how to manage technology in classroom and how to manage those young minds filled with technology to train. That's what a teacher's job is, and that's how we must train the teachers. So my next question now goes to Ms. Anju Sharma. Personalized learning at the confluence of good research and technology has shown positive learning gains recently. Do you think personalized lesson plans can be a good assistant for a teacher to strengthen support for both teacher and the child?
Good afternoon, everyone. On the very onset, I really want to thank Time2Grow Media, who has really, put this effort to make us sit under one roof and share all the views. And as panelists, we 4 of us are we are sitting here and sharing our views in support of the technology. No doubt, AI and technology, it is very, very relevant and important feature in 21st century skills. It is very important for the teacher to, keep the whole data with her for each and every child. A normal number in a classroom is about 25 to 30. The students are there, and a teacher has to note down the anecdotal record of each and every child, and then accordingly she has to prepare the lesson plan. And it was an old school thought when the lesson plan was prepared on the cliched 7 parameters, and everything was taught to the whole class. But if we will have this technology in hand, and if we are having the idea of personalized lesson plans as per the child's need, it is really going to be a big boon for them. We are always saying that it should be child-centric, but are we actually going for child-centric education? That is very important. So, just one more sentence, I will add it here. This is actually helping the parents to have the in-hand knowledge about the students, and this is how actually it is really going to help the teachers too. So personalized lesson plans will surely help. The time was less, but anyways, I hope I have conveyed my message. Thank you so much.
I agree, ma'am. I think it can actually transform pedagogical approaches of our teacher. And now my question is to Dr. 𝗙liche 𝗿𝗁. Do you think the usage of data analytics is limited in school? And in what different ways it can be used in the future for the growth of educational institutes?
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Hi. Good afternoon. Okay. How many of you are using school ERP? Raise your hands. Raise your hands. Okay, I have seen that many of you are raising your hands this much. Not like this, as we used to raise when we were in junior classes. If we tell 3rd class student, raise your hands, have you done your homework? They will do like this. So my answer is this only, means whatever data we are collecting, that is only we are collecting and making it big data. And we are simply waiting for the tools which can retrieve information and out of that information, how we can plan strategies, and then how we'll be disseminating these strategies to our teachers on the basis of data. So we have CCTV surveillance throughout the campuses. All of you will agree with me. But how many times we see the pictures, real-time pictures collected, and make out behavioral plans of students, that what kind of behavior this student A is having in the class. So the only thing we are lacking is observation. So data we are collecting, no doubt about that, but we are failing to observe. The reason behind that may be because we are not totally equipped with technology, which makes our life easy. There is tool Quick View. It starts with Q. Click View is the tool which can be used on the data to retrieve any type of information. Suppose you have data of attendance and you want to see that which age group generally is absent on a particular day. You can easily retrieve. So first important thing is that schools need to be equipped with retrieval tools, and then after retrieval, strategies we need to make. And let me tell you, all our children, they are on social media platforms like LinkedIn, Insta, and they are creating their digital footprints. And whatever their digital footprints are there, artificial intelligence tools are digging these and making their behavioral profiles, whether the student is fanatic or whether their behavior is polarized.
Can we cut it short, please?
So my answer is that we need to look for data retrieval tools, and we must tell our students that when you are in virtual world, watch your digital footprints. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And with this, I think all of us would agree that if we use this technology, data analytics and management appropriately, we can actually build a data-driven decision-making culture in our organization. If used appropriately, I think all 4 C's of education can be achieved using data analytics and management. Thank you so much. I would like to close this session by just 2 lines. यकीन हो तो कोई रास्ता निकलता है, हवा की ओट लेके भी चिराग जलता है. जितनी मर्जी परेशानियां, मुश्किलें आएँ, हम सब इस टेक्नोलॉजी का सही यूज़ करके, appropriate यूज़ करके, we can actually become empowered. Thank you so much.
Wow. Come on everybody, what a thoughtful session that was. Can we have a round of applause for the wonderful panelists we have here on the stage? Well, the whole topic ends here on the technology. Okay. So to felicitate our wonderful panelists on stage, I would like to call on stage 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲 Kumar, Assistant Sales Manager from Yamaha Waves. Come on everybody, can we have a round of applause for Mr. 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲 Kumar. I request Mr. 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲 to please be on stage on the behalf of Yamaha.